I would leave it up to Hazel and what she wants to do.
Exactly, because if it's just the three of us, we have a little talk and whatever you want.
Yeah.
Because HRA people know what we do. I think a lot of times it's good for me to be at these things because sometimes people have questions that come up like at a community board meeting or at their, if it's an elected official, comes up in their elected official's office, and people like Emily and you guys know how to get to me directly, but a lot of people don't. And so I'm always willing to share how to get in touch with me because that's what I'm in the commissioner's office for. So, you know.
Okay, I think I lost one of my committee members, but I think we do have somebody from the public. So I can ask questions, and
Sure.
I think it's Ms. Delgado that's on, and she may have some questions also.
Okay, cool.
I don't know where Pat went, but you can make your little presentation, and then we can just take it from there.
Okay, I'm going to do the short version.
Okay,
So the short version is that all of HRA benefits now are online. Okay, and here's the www, let me put this down, www.nyc.gov/access HRA, that's all caps. And that'll allow you to find out if you qualify for SNAP, food stamps, cash assistance, rent grants, or call 311. But I will say to everyone, as I always say, everyone, whatever HRA benefit you think you should apply for, please apply. Don't think you won't qualify for it. Don't think, well, my friend didn't get it, or my husband didn't get it, or so and so. Always apply because each case is different. Always apply. The only difficult one there's no wiggle room for is if you have excess income. Excess income, that's just you're automatically disqualified. But you should always apply and let us tell you don't qualify for an HRA benefit. Don't think of it on your own. The other thing too that I just thought of while I'm on the phone, if you have a senior in your life, grandmother, neighbor, grandfather, whoever he or she may be, it's wintertime. Make sure you check on their Medicaid certification and food stamp certification. A lot of them were waived through, some weren't, but I get a call now. The calls I'm getting now are from seniors whose food stamps have been discontinued, or whose Medicaid was not recertified. And we need, and I'm a sucker for seniors. I do not want them to have to go through anything when they show up for their medical or for their SNAP. So please check on them and then get to me if you think there's a recertification period that they have missed. See if we can save it or do something about it, and Medicaid as well. Okay, I just want to say that as an aside. Now, most of our offices are closed, but we have one open in each borough for people who can't, who whatever their situation is, they may need to walk into a center. The ones that are open are online. And make sure you check it because there's a red sentence that you know which ones are open or closed. Let me see what else I think is big. Oh, we've been getting a lot of voucher questions. Now the vouchers run in particular periods. When someone applies for a voucher, or if they have a voucher and they find an apartment, everyone should know that apartment has to be inspected by HRA. So just the fact that you find it in an apartment doesn't mean necessarily it will pass our inspection test, because we have to make sure when we're paying for an apartment that it's safe for the tenant, especially if there's children, window guards, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay, so when you say voucher, what exactly is the voucher for?
For rental apartments. We give from a year to 2 years. You go to Cambr, home base. There's a home base office in every borough. They are our facilitated enrollers. they're the one that will test your eligibility for a voucher. You have to be in shelter, get a voucher, and then you start looking for an apartment. Now, based on your family size and income, we determine how much your vouchers will be.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and we encourage folks in shelters to look for them, to look for an apartment. And we'll follow up on our end, but just remember that the department has to be inspected. SNAP, apply. Everyone, what a lot of people don't know is that everyone who applies for SNAP is automatically assessed for expedited. So once you give us your information, we run through our tests, and if you qualify for expedited, which I think is less than $100 worth of assets, I'm not sure, don't hold me to it, you get emergency assistance within 24 to 48 hours. Obviously, there's been a significant increase in the applications for everything. So the waiting period of both of the numbers for food stamps is 718-557-1399. Now, if you get calls from your community.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that number?
Sure, 718-577-1399. And if you get calls from your community thinking that, or telling you that the number isn't working, the number is working. It's just that we don't have when it gets to be too overwhelmed, it goes to disconnected. We've been working with the phone company trying to get them to do something else other than have people think the number isn't working. Because I get a lot of those calls as well. Cash assistance, same thing, just apply online, upload the documents, and monitor. When you talk to folks after they upload their documents, make sure they monitor their case periodically just to see if we need more documents from them.
Okay. Now, let me ask you, what if they don't have, a computer, or they don't have access to a computer?
Yeah, that's the 557-1399 number will assist them as well.
Okay.
That's an issue. That's an issue. That's a good question. I get a lot of those as well.
Yeah, because we just started a new program at our office where we're calling up our senior clients and senior citizens throughout the district, just to make sure they're okay if they need anything. And so far, we found that like 75 to 80% of them are not computer savvy, do not have a computer, and do not want to learn how to use a computer. And we're finding that it's kind of difficult for them, because especially if they want to sign up to get vaccinated, they can't, because they're not computer literate. So it is a problem. Now, the nonprofit that I work for, we do a lot of social service stuff, and people do come in and we open up cases for them online and try and get them because we also have to put in an email, so we create an email, but they don't really have access to the email because they're not computer savvy and they don't have a computer, or they don't even know how to use their phones. So periodically we have to go and check to make sure that they're not, getting any information that they need. So it is a problem.
And here's the thing too, is that many of the seniors, at least the calls that I get, the issue is that they have not recertified, which means, and most of them, nothing has changed. So I would suggest if someone comes to your program for another issue, just ask them about their food stamps and ask them about their Medicaid. Is it active? Do you know when your next recertification is for both of them? Because that way you can head it off because they may have the mail, and usually to recertify, if there are no changes, you can do it by phone. And in any language they speak, except English, Spanish, um, and yeah, I am very sensitive to seniors.
Chime
So
in.
anything that has to do, if any seniors is in trouble, you guys, if you don't have it, here's my number: 917-709-6170. Get to me as soon as you know whatever the issue is. Let's see if we can make sure that we make their days as easy as possible. And
I'd like
food
to
is,
chime into that. Our office actually has been calling seniors to make sure, because we do know that they're not tech savvy. A lot
right.
of them aren't. I don't want to like categorize seniors all into not being tech savvy, but a lot of the seniors we encounter are not tech savvy. And so our office has been calling seniors every Friday, making sure that if they want the vaccine, we can assist them in getting the vaccine, and doing that through the internet, just because it has been more successful online rather than through the phone. So I wanted
And
to add that in there.
yeah, and when you ask them that, I mean, without being too intrusive, ask them if they have food stamps, are they active, and if they have Medicaid, is it active?
Doing
Just to
that.
be safe,
Thank you, Kenneth.
just to protect them.
Okay, can you get, we know that the moratorium is in place, but it's not always gonna be there. And I'm just, I'm like so afraid when it does expire, because sometimes I have nightmares about that.
It's going to
But
be an interesting choice by the powers that be, how we handle the post-eviction.
yeah, and people are gonna probably start applying for one-shot deals. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Sure. I mean, I can talk about it in terms of how it is now. We have two sets. We have more than two types of one-shot deals. We have one-shot deal for utilities, which a lot of people don't know about. So if you're really behind in your utilities, and I think Con Ed and National Grid, I think it's April 15th. Between now and April 15th, they won't cut off service. But if you're behind in your utilities, please apply. It's a cash assistance application on the app, Access HRA, and you want to get a utility one-shot deal.
Okay.
Now, one-shot deals, we do not pay your total arrears. We pay the amount of money it will take to keep your service on. So if you owe $300 or $400 and it takes $100 to keep your service on, that's what we'll pay, and we'll expect you to make a deal with the utility company for the rest.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, now one-shot deals for rental arrears. Everyone should apply. I know there's a quote unquote rumor going around. People think that the ability to pay your rent going forward is a biggie. It is, but it's not the only criteria. In other words, a lot of people think that if you don't have future income, you can't get a one-shot deal. You can. It's just one of the criteria that the RAUs, the rental assistance unit at HRA, make. That's one of the criteria they have in their decision. The other thing too, when people apply, tell them there's a list of documents on the HRA website of what you may need, what you can use as documentation for certain things. But one thing that's definite is that you need a breakdown of all the rent owed on the landlord stationery. That's gonna be part of it. May not be an initial request, but as the review goes through, that's gonna be part of it. But everybody should apply. I don't, and right now, people should just apply. I have no idea what's gonna happen once the moratorium is lifted, but I guess we'll deal with that when we get there.
Now, do they have to have a docket number, a court case?
No, that's another thing. All having a court case does is gets you, quote unquote, to the front of the line if there's an eviction notice. But we would much prefer that you try to engage us and your landlord before a court case, so maybe we can work something out prior to that.
Okay. So, let's say they don't have access to a computer, how can they apply? Can they go to the center that's open?
Everybody can do that. We don't suggest it. If you call 212-331-4640,
Wait, say that again, 212?
331-4640, they'll mail you one. Hang on one second. I'm trying to see if we have a, hang on with me. We had changed. Yeah, the 212-331-4640 number. Or the 557-1399 number as well. Okay, the number I gave before.
All right, so
Yeah.
so they can call this number or the other number to get an application mailed to them.
Correct.
Okay. And if they don't have a court case, how long does it normally take?
Oh, good question. It's a 30-day process. Because obviously there's a moratorium now, but it's a 30-day process, especially with no eviction notice. Also, people should know that they don't have to move out their apartments, right? That only the marshal can put you out, not your landlord.
Right, that, yeah. That almost every single tenant that I ever dealt with knows that.
That's right. That's a good thing to know.
Yeah.
There's been a little slight increase in, I'm sure people, there's been a slight increase on SNAP. It went from 194 to 204 for single person, and incrementally going up for everyone else. Yes, and I gave you guys my number for any of those issues that come up that well, you guys, Emily and you guys call me all the time or email me, so it's not a big deal.
Okay, what was the website again? www.
www.nyc.gov
Mhm.
/access HRA.
Okay.
And also they can, if people are struggling for food and stuff, they can call 311 and they'll send them to the local pantry.
Right. Yeah, we have a pantry, and we also have an Albanian organization that gives out food on a regular basis
Wonderful.
in our neighborhood. So we're lucky that way.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other questions. I'm probably gonna think of a million tomorrow.
Well, it's not like you don't know how to reach me, so it's, anything that comes up, I'll do the best I can to help you.
Yeah. San, hopefully you're still on. Do you have any questions? Okay, I guess not. All right, well, so I don't have anything else on the agenda either, and
Well,
none of my, I'm sorry?
everybody's home. Go get some dinner.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I worked late, so I was just walking in when I was in a cab trying to get on.
That's okay.
Well,
And if
I
you
want to
give anyone that's really in crazy straits, you can let them know how to get in touch with me.
yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. And I will
Anytime.
definitely send you an email with the information about the workshop that we're going to be having. Do you have like a slideshow or anything?
No, we don't have we have to revamp everything. We don't have our PowerPoint yet, but we're working on it.
Oh, okay. All
Okay.
right. Yeah. So thank you so much for coming. Emily, thank you so much for your assistance and getting him to come to the meeting. I really appreciate that.
Feel free. Yep.
Thank
Thank you
you to
very much.
both of you.
Good night.
All right, good night, guys. Thank you again.
Good night.